I don't even know if I can hear this. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Waiting for this to load. Central. Oh, let me just open up the chat, y'all. For some reason the chat doesn't come up on OBS. That's weird. There we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Monetization. Turn on. Do something more aggressive. Oh, okay. All right, bet. Yo, what is going on with YouTube, bro? 12. You see him drop? Yeah. 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 Opened up. You know what's up. Mm-hmm. Like Calvin, when it's the plug, like I'm Ace. Block like I'm Phaser. Oh, you can't even hear the music. My bad, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear the music. Let me know if y'all can hear the music, please. Can I hear the music?
Yeah. I'm with the scammers, all of the gangsters. Win a circle with the crack dealers. By myself, I got the same type of energy, just to let you know I'm that nigga. FNs make you do an endo on your face, nigga. Watch your back lift up. Niggas frontin' like they calling shots, kid, you ain't a boss, you a pack slipper. I'm with the strippers, all of the killers, having meetings with the trap niggas. You was telling no niggas is kids, you gon' grow to be a rat, nigga. Old bitches got them all aggy, old friends can't contact me. Do us all a favor, nigga, you should just kill yourself and make us all happy. I'm by myself, I move alone, cause I don't need nobody help, nigga. Wrist work is amazing, I should put the crack spot on Yelp, nigga. I'ma always keep it real, fuck how you feel, don't care how you felt, nigga. I mix designer up, kick, shirt, shake, jacket, jeans, and a belt, nigga. Yeah. Turn the hoop into a Rolls Royce, catch a new body with an old toy. Bitches been coming home with me back when Killer Cam made old boy. Got the sauce, nigga, no soy. I'm a Dodge choice, block boy, Pac voice. You ain't shit without your homeboys.
I don't need no squad, I'm the driver and the shooter. I don't need no workers, I'm the cook and the mover. I don't need no plays, I'm the coach and the hooper. You do it wrong, then I fooled ya. It's me, myself, in the future. I don't need no squad, I'm the driver and the shooter. I don't need no workers, I'm the cook and the mover. I don't need no plays, I'm the coach and the hooper. You do it wrong, then I fooled ya. It's me, myself, in the future. I don't need no squad, just me and my 40, that's gang gang. I treat the Glock like a thot bitch, she be with it for the gang bang. Niggas be snitching, they say names, I stay on track, that's a train way. Niggas is pussy, period, I'm at they pad, that's a stain way. Niggas be talking, I'm trying to get in the office. Trap house, ain't safe, be cautious. I remember I was doing the walk-ins, roll the riches, I can make it while walking. If they want smoke, then I spark it, no keys, just push the starter. Shift sticks, if we gotta park them, no stores, bitch, we got a target. Shooters moving like Kanye, weird niggas with 350s. Word the easy, they boost the aim, that just mean they got a beam with it. On the 40, I'm the best cook, I triple doubles like Westbrook. Don't never play my right hand, I'm Pacquiao with the left hook. I step on squares like Billie Jean, with the work I do the tap dance. I'm the plug, get in my face, I don't deal with the Pac-Man. 5 systems, then I'm on point, I'm just filling in my stats, man. Gotham City like the 40 block, I move around like I'm down there. No squad, I'm the driver and the shooter. I don't need no workers, I'm the cook and the mover. I don't need no plays, I'm the coach and the hooper. You do it wrong, then I fooled ya. It's me, myself, in the future. I don't need no squad, I'm the driver and the shooter. I don't need no workers, I'm the cook and the mover. I don't need no plays, I'm the coach and the hooper. You do it wrong, then I fooled ya. It's me, myself, in the future. I be on the 40 with the 40 on me. I be sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. 40 with the 40 on me. I be sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me.
Mic check.
I keep that 40
Can't hear
on
nothing from the.
Let me talk my shit. Praying on that new wraith, I'm just wishing on a star. We was on the road to riches, how the hell we get this far? Plug got love for me, said I'm in his quarter zone. When I cop a whole thing, he throw an extra cortisone. Slide through your block, start scratching like a DJ. You ain't out there, we gon' bring it back like a replay. Running through your strip with a stick.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
With these niggas move like the 3K. Dumb shit, come through, asking niggas who want this. Draco, 808s mean it came with a drum kit. Herbo, arms cross, asking niggas who run shit. My man's got shot next to me, so I get numb quick. Mom's probably tired of the trapping, but my love this. Ain't in my hands, but I already know God above this. Brother got 35, he left me in the streets alone.
Alright, that's weird because I can't hear the music, but I can hear the. I can hear myself talking, but I can't hear the music. Now, how does that work?
Food stamps, we used to split him at the store. We was 10 toes down, my nigga, we stood tall. Always talk about the ball, but he never tried to score. Niggas be having baggage, trying to fly with the pilot, trying to get it in my car. Never know.
Should be able to hear the playback.
I done did fly shit, ain't never need a stylist. Method man sliding on niggas like what's the knowledge? Bruce Leroy glow, and I ain't need the polish. Grade A work, I couldn't average up in college. Built a strong team, then I started making plays. Niggas wanna ride my way, but they brushed me the wrong way. Trapping, all of that money go to the rapping. New Jersey moving that twerk, nigga, I'm strapping. Man, jack the plug, cause Slimy won't win this action. Snitch niggas, bitch niggas, why your phones they be tapped in? Benny Peru flex on them. See the jacket.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
I remember playing that block into the stash done. I remember borrowing Glocks when I ain't have one. Not a diamond.
Well, anyway, this is Rick Rude Star.
I remember telling my niggas, wait till that bag comes. I be on the 40 with the 40 on me. I be sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. Yeah, I always keep the 40 on me. I be on the 40 with the 40 on me. Sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. All my niggas keep that 40 on me. Sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. Yeah, it's rude.
There's no audio coming out of that, I guess. I don't know. Oh. Let's let this play out. Let this play out. That was Rick Rude's Stars freestyle, y'all. Play another one of his records.
Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me.
Let me talk my.
Keep
That's
your
right.
eyes on me.
Sometimes I feel like should I be here? I look my killer in his eyes like, do you see fear? Before my mom see this rockin', she need a beach chair. The ladder like February on a leap year. Tell me why I be scared, y'all niggas say I kill shit. When y'all shooting and missing mean you ain't drill shit. I got niggas like Bimbo, I hit the kill switch. And if you 23 and 1, you know this real shit to hold y'all to fearless. You know trap lives matter. I gotta whip it till it thicken like it's cake batter. I use the razor on the chain until the plate shatter. It's funny thinking out loud would get your brain splattered. We ain't got the same laughter, y'all ain't never on shit. You say you wanna build with me, you better talk bricks. When you was trying to get Jordans, I said that ain't it. I went and got a 4-5, this ain't the same kick. We ain't on the same shit, it's war, I keep the weapon drawn. You wanna be a street fighter, I get my Tekken on. Cops couldn't find a clue, I let the desert storm. Draymond passed it to Clay, he got a better form. You niggas think you dope, I get to stepping on him. Before Rick get the cooking, he get the prepping for him. Yeah, the Bronx back, I'm putting niggas up in Lebanon. I told bro, mind over money, he wasn't catching on. How I'm party on weekends, gotta stay in the trap. You was never shit without me, I'm just being exact. This nigga claiming that he fired when I gave him the match. Control the boy like the puppet, ain't no strings attached. Girl, we sold, came skinny, then every bitch came fat. I don't never cap in raps, ain't no pat in the stacks. I'm the scorer for the 40, what would they do if they trade me? One in the chamber, I can't be lazy like McGrady. He'll be talking about teams, then I'm playing it backwards. Before a rap tour, I was doing good with the magic. Career like Vince Carter when the season going in. I was dunking in the bin before dunking in the rim. My friends ain't mature, I was chilling with the men. It was sharks in the water, I jumped in and learned to swim. This is real shit and I can never pretend. So much weight in my crib, this shit is looking like a gym. I hate my hood, I don't know all these new faces. Only thing I'm familiar with is these blue faces. Your team will get on only if you make it. I like to run to the money, but I don't do races. My eyes open to the fake shit, try to stay away from hatred, always stick to the basics. How many streets dropping shell cases? My niggas locked up, they still fighting jail cases.
I still can't believe that. All right, let me turn this off. I'll just play it in the background. Turn this off. That's not what I meant to do. That's so weird. Why did it do that? Why did it do that, chat?
Keep your eyes on me.
Let's play this one. Love the game.
A nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man.
Being a chatty patty.
Playing niggas, you know, like Bird, Magic or something. Yeah, you know, a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man. I love the game, and I love the hustle. Put it on for my team, I ride for my squad, I'm feeling like Russell. My niggas got sticks, they pull up, they slide, I will make them touch you. Watch out for the snakes, cause up in these streets, niggas don't love you. I love the game, and I love the hustle. Put it on for my team, I ride for my squad, I'm feeling like Russell. My niggas got sticks, they pull up, they slide, I will make them touch you. Watch out for the snakes, cause up in these streets, niggas don't love you. I still put the work in the Ziploc. Count a clock in the pot, fuck a wristwatch. Smoking is making the crib hot. If I up it, I will make this fifth pot. This shit is really not new to me. And frontin' is really not cool to me. Can't jump in the water with jewelry. How can I deal with the foolery? Niggas is talking cause Rick high. Haters praying that the shit stop. Just took his bitch back to his spot. All I left was Gucci flip-flops. I'm just fucking with your future. If my girl don't trust you, niggas, she'll shoot you. Way before the producer made my metro been booming. Medusa is all on my body. I'm addicted to Versace. I made the money in the lobby. Counting beans, that's a hobby. I see a op, then it's on site. Could get him off for a light price. In the trap, I had an off night, but still got some money for off-white. I'm selling white, we ain't off-white. It's not white, it's really off-white. 25 for a G. Man, you know I get the boss price. We don't talk to the cops. I'm putting on for the block. If they try to take my spot, fuck around, you get shot. I love the game, and I love the hustle. Put it on for my team, I ride for my squad, I'm feeling like Russell. My niggas got sticks, they pull up, they slide, I will make them touch you. Watch out for the snakes, cause up in these streets, niggas don't love you. I love the game, and I love the hustle. Put it on for my team, I ride for my squad, I'm feeling like Russell. My niggas got sticks, they pull up, they slide, I will make them touch you. Watch out for the snakes, cause up in these streets, niggas don't love you. I love the game, I love the hustle, I see my mom struggle, I made that coke bubble, these niggas informants, I'm boiling like Jordan, chasing the bag while they like for Lauren. Yeah, I can show you what the trap like we do, Henny straight, fuck the act right. I just met your bitch last night, she seen the bag heavy, so she act right. Pieces hitting in any store, so I give a fuck about the tag price. Half a brick, broke it down in these streets, do the math, that's a jack price. I pull up like, hold up, these niggas swear that they know us. Treat these niggas like a drop top, I press the button, then they fold up. I count up the dads like, wait, bills is blue in the face. The work good, you could taste. Call me double R like a wraith. I be shopping on Fifth Ave. Sumo pockets, that's a big bag. Bitcoin for some quick cash. Favorite model was to get cash. These niggas cannot get next to me. I would not tell you the recipe. James Harden, I got chef in me. Got a tech, that's the ref in me. On the 40, I'm the best out. If it's war, bring a vest out. Open up, bring the checks out. Ricky Moss, I run the best route. I love the game, and I love the hustle. Put it on for my team, I ride for my squad, I'm feeling like Russell. My niggas got sticks, they pull up.
Alright, let's see. KG talks about Anthony Edwards. Let's get into that. Let me take this out. So here. Oh, but then y'all can't hear. How does that work? I'm at the, hold on real quick, yeah. Hold on real quick, yeah.
Nigga like me, man.
This is a melody.
Baby, welcome to the 40. I'm in the Mazda, the Wraith, the Beam. I be sliding with your shorty. Baby, welcome to the 40. Just know I'm gon' slide if they ever try to extort me. Baby, welcome to the 40. Bitch, I'm a trend, not a crip. Put one in your head and empty the clip. No fire trucks, but it's ladders and whips. Craig pops, you just slipped in some shit. 48 the block, Doobie the strip. Always packing like I'm taking a trip. DOA for the BOA, go to Chevy, whatever, my nigga is lit. I can handle any issue, from the trigger to the wrist moves. She keep texting me, I miss you, but I fell in love with my pistol. The cops catch you, better lower your tone. If you talk, you're not making it home. Bought a brick and I did it alone. Dropping the water, I'm making it clone. When I'm sliding, tell them make way. I'm from a block where it ain't safe. Manage the trap like I'm TQ. I'm just pushing out some great eights. I take a loss, but it never hurts. Your phone ring only on the first. This trap shit, you can't force it. I can show you how the water works. Baby, welcome to the 40. I'm in the Mazda, the Wraith, the Beam. I be sliding with your shorty. Baby, welcome to the 40. Just know I'm gon' slide if they ever try to extort me. Baby, welcome to the 40.
Baby, welcome to the 40. Rebel Lenties and the Marys, I can't get her off me. She wanna fucking Dior me. Pull out the bench, she forget every nigga before me. Shooters is pulling up shortly. Slide on the ops, but I can't let the cameras record me. I'm trying to get the hoes off me. Last bitch, she was trying to find love and she lost me. I left her right on the 40. Right with the G's, the blazes, the H's. Like, make sure this bitch never call me. Just make sure this bitch never call me. Baby, welcome to the 40. I got the Mazda, the Benz, the Beamer. They know I ain't lying, they saw me. You know I ain't lying. nothing they saw me. I'm wearing the bands, not a cape. Right in her place, baby. Let me ball your face. I'm with the scammers doing drills in the rave. Wait. Early with me, I ain't playing it safe. Pocket rocket, send a nigga to space. I pack, turn a nigga to shape. Wait, I had your bitch. Same night, I forget her. Same night, you was with her, caught brain twice. She ain't think twice, I'm that nigga. Late nights, I'm with killer. Don't square up, cause he hate fights, he a driller. Right through his peephole, he'll be finito. 40, bang twice at a nigga.
Baby, welcome to the 40. I got grams, go for 40. Watch the kid get rich. We got bricks like Tory. Niggas talking like they know your body. Nah, nigga, I don't know nobody. Unidentified, got his mama looking at him like I don't even know this body. Throw a bullet, catch an ento. Shoot behind the scenes with extendos. Might pass a stick to bimbo. Make a op play limbo. Welcome to the party, get your pop smoke. I stay on point, niggas not low. Your homebody is a known thotty. She a broke bitch, she ain't got dough. One way in, niggas don't get a pass. Niggas thinking that they safe on the app. Nigga, what's in my pocket, your stash? Duke say, hit books for the gas. Get the hookah, turn the block in indictment with 40 niggas. What's with all the excitement? 40 on me and I'm too fleet. I let it off like fuck all the fighting. Margello on a Monday. Smiles, tell me what the bitch want. St. Laurent off the runway. Not now, maybe one day. 40 forever, I'm back on my shit. Getting lit, nigga right on the strip. Bitch speak when you see me with piff. 10 in the pocket, 5 on the fit.
Baby, welcome to the 40. I'm in the Mozzie, the Wraith, the Beam. I be sliding with your shorty. Baby, welcome to the 40. Just know I'm gon' slide if they ever try to extort me. Baby, welcome to the 40. I be on the 40 with the 40 on me. I be sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. 40 with the 40 on me. I be sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. I keep that 40 on me. Let me talk my shit. Praying on that new Wraith, I'm just wishing on a star. We was on the road to riches, how the hell we get this far? Plug got love for me, said I'm in his quarter zone. When I cop a whole thing, he throw an extra quarter zone. Slide through your block, start scratching like a DJ. You ain't out there, we gon' bring it back like a replay. Running through your strip with a stick, like a relay. I don't even fuck with these niggas, move like the 3K. Dumb shit, come through, asking niggas who want this. Draco, 808s mean it came with a drum kit. Herbo, arms cross, asking niggas who run shit. My man's got shot next to me.
Mic check.
Probably tired of the trapping, but my love this. Ain't in my hands, but I already know God above this. Brother got 35, he left me in the streets alone. Gotti got killed, wish he never left the sweeper home. Man's popped the wrong pill, said he won't be the same. Knew him since kids, I never ever thought it'd be this way. Slept on the bed, he was sleep on the floor. When he had food stamps, we used to split him at the store. We was 10 toes down, my nigga, we stood tall. Always talk about the ball, but he never tried to score. Niggas be having baggage, trying to fly with the pilot, trying to get it in my car, never know what's the mileage. I done did fly shit, ain't never need a stylist. Method man sliding on niggas like what's the knowledge? Bruce Leroy glow, and I ain't need the polish. Grade A work, I couldn't average up in college. Built a strong team, then I started making plays. Niggas wanna ride my way, but they brushed me the wrong way. Trapping, all of that money go to the rapping. In New Jersey, moving that twerk, nigga, I'm strapping. Man, jack the plug, cause Slimy won't win his action. Snitch niggas, bitch niggas, wire phones, they be tapped in. Benny Peru flex on them, see the jacket drip. Plug got in Cali, overnight all the packages. I remember playing that block until the stash done. I remember borrowing Glocks when I ain't have one. Now the diamonds dancing on me, doing the bad one. I remember telling my niggas, wait till that bag come. I be on the 40 with the 40 on me. I be sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. Yeah, I always keep the 40 on me. I be on the 40 with the 40 on me. Sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. All my niggas keep that 40 on me. Sliding through the 40 with the 40 on me. Yeah, it's rude.
Look, you know my bop? Yeah. Back when I first copped the 38, I was feeling like Pac. Gotta whisper when we conversating, cause these niggas be cops. Niggas ain't active, really be capping, doing a lot. I aim at your drop and then let it flock, then you see him drop. Skirt off in the drop. I take my chance with a rapper, put 3 in his top. I'm not alarmed cause I got a bond, I get cold with a stock. Baby, this money is real and I'm counting, this shit ain't no prop. Had to bring outside till outside really open up. Make some money for you, try to make a comment cause you really don't know enough. Trap line really blowing up. Got you niggas money slowing up. Designer shit got me glowing up. This A, y'all, I can fold it up. First young nigga in the hood, 2 bricks. Running up 80K, started from Knicks. Coke boy, V-Lone off right at some ups. We violate him, he's not one of us. Slid in a hoop, he came back in the truck. She gave me head, we never fucked. She made a shot and she said it was clutch. Only one time, so I said it was love.
Before I go broke like Calvin, I'ma run into the plug like I'm Ace. Hit you, then go through the race to chase your dreams, so I did it at Chase. I'ma touch down at that bank. I'm doing well, way more than Fargo. I cannot give you no credit, you did it. I know I won't see you tomorrow. Hit your bitch, she gon' do what I say so. I'm spinning your block, I'm with Fazo. Please do not step on these Fazos. Since you close enough, you know that's a case closed. You know my niggas is trend setting. I lift the 40, I'm bench pressing. Marry my pot in my whip game. I cook the rock, it looks so precious. I made a meal of the stove top. I'ma put on for the whole block. Little bro always on defense. Pass from the hammer, said work on your jump shot. Don't pull up if you ain't hit no ops. I heard they spinning and spinning again. Fuck around and got dizzy. Hopped out and you know that they miss me. Back to 40 out the fanny. Be cautious cause I never move risky. Always gotta be shifty. She eat it so she know she can kiss me. I'ma keep counting these bands up. All these blues keep crimping my hands up. I know you niggas can stand us. Cooler 8 and you get hit out of the damn truck. Fuckers you niggas is doing when you ain't shooting. You responded with music. Bro killing all the ops, he rolling up. Yo, this shit is canoeing. I'm in the trap, that's 7 days. I'm in the field, I'm calling plays. I'm getting money, I'm stuck in my ways. Yeah, nigga, we pay. You know what I jack, and that's till it made. I know the ops is all on my page, and after my S, it's double M. Yeah, nigga, we blaze. And after the 4, you know it's the O. Other than that, you know it's the 8. And we gonna grind until we find God. Yeah, nigga, that's gang. What the fuck going on, nigga? Sturdy and flirty, we hooped out. That's right. 40.
Alright, so that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm with the scammers, all of the gangsters, winning circle with the crack dealers. By myself, I got the same type of energy, just to let you know I'm that nigga. FNs make you do.
Let me see. We're gonna talk about KG and Anthony Edwards. Let's get it.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesy?
Yeah, for some reason it won't let me. Like, y'all can't hear it, but
He talking about the 90s.
could. I don't know.
Because we the Kobe era.
He also prefaced by saying he didn't watch back then, and he's also 23 years old. So, like, we got to take that into account.
I mean, this is one of the most skilled players to ever play the game. I mean, you know, I think that was directed more toward the Jordan era. Because when I hear that and I really start thinking about it, I'm like, nah, that's not true because you have multiple players who had hella skill.
All right, let's stop right there. Paul Pierce says that Anthony Edwards' comments weren't directed towards his era. Let's go back and see what Anthony Edwards said. Anthony Edwards said, and I quote, I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it, Edwards said. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then. Michael Jordan was the only player that really had skill. You know what I mean? So that's why when they say Kobe Bryant, they were like, oh, my God. I'm sorry. Let me read that again. So that's why when they saw Kobe, they were like, oh my God. But now everybody has skill. And I was from the Washington Journal, said by Anthony Edwards. And I think this is an interesting quote, right? To go off what Paul Pierce said he thinks it was directed at the 90s. And I think it's fair to assume that since he only name dropped Jordan as somebody from having skill in the 90s. But I do think we need to do a better job of teaching our youth about the history of the game of basketball. When people keep saying that the game didn't have skill, I can't agree with that. There were too many players that were skilled back then, from Isaiah Thomas to Michael Jordan to Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Dennis Rodman, skillful player with the rebounding. That was a significant skill of his. I don't really I can see where Anthony Edwards is coming from in comparison to what they do today. So they may be more skillful back then. I mean, they may be more skillful now, but after listening to KG's response, I think it's a closer argument than one may think, especially when it comes to skill. Let's continue.
He also prefaced by saying he didn't watch back then, and he's also 23 years old. So, like, we got to take that into account.
So then Anthony Edwards then continued to say that he didn't watch the game back then because he's only 23 years old. And here's my issue with that. This is the game that you love. This is the game that is paying you millions of dollars to dribble a basketball in front of millions of people. You have YouTube. You have the internet. Why not go back and just watch some games before you give an opinion about an entire era that you never saw play? Now, it'd be different if we're talking about the Wilt Chamberlain era. I'm sorry, the Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russ. God bless both of them. It's different if you're talking about that era because Bill Russ and Wilt Chamberlain didn't have cameras around them 24/7. You can't find most of their games on YouTube. So with that, from that perspective, I can understand, okay, hey, from what I've heard about this era didn't really have too many skill. I never seen him play because I'm too young. Cool. But now if you're going to comment on the 90s, if you're going to comment on the 2000s, which I don't think he was really talking about the 2000s, but even if you were, there's too much information out there. There's too much access. There's too much videos. There's so many podcasts that you could listen to get an understanding of what playing 90s basketball was like. And yes, I do think they over-exaggerated a little bit when they're talking about the fouls and Jordan was getting clobbered every night. I think that's a bit of an overstatement. Though I think there were times when Jordan did get clobbered. I'm not trying to diminish what he went through. At the same time, though, the truth is the truth. It wasn't happening every night. It didn't happen every time he went to the hole. It didn't happen every time he was on the court. But when it did happen, people probably could have went to jail. I think that's fair to say. But with Anthony Edwards making that statement, I just don't understand why. Why make that statement when there's so much access to information? Is my thing. It'd be different if you'd be like, okay, I'll watch a few games, or even a few games will give you a more sound opinion. But let's just say, hey, I'll watch the season. I watched the 91, 92 season, a lot of the major games. Of course, you're not going to watch every game. That would be insane. But let's say you watched some of the major games, most of the major games from the 91, 92 season. And then from there, you formed your judgment. Excuse me. Of course, that era is going to say that's not enough, but for the casual, that's a large sample size of information because that's what most millennials have probably seen. Anybody from 95 or 94 and up probably didn't watch any film or very minimal film of Jordan playing. So I disagree with Anthony Edwards there. All right, let's continue.
I mean, this is one of the most skilled players to ever play the game. I mean, I think that was directed more toward the Jordan era because when I hear that and I really start thinking about it, I'm like, nah, that's not true because you have multiple players who had hella skill. I'm talking about, come on now, that's pretty much doing the same things they's doing now. We had the guards who was going up doing the stuff that we see D-Rose and Ja Morant doing. I mean, I seen Baron Davis, Steve Francis, and Kevin Johnson doing all that type of stuff.
So then Paul Pierce tries to give some context if just in case Anthony Edwards was talking about the early 2000s. And here's my thing with the early 2000s. I think that is the most underappreciated era of basketball ever. We had two dynasties at the time. We had the Lakers dynasty, we had the Spurs dynasty. We had a plethora of guard play from Baron Davis to Steve Francis to Steve Nash to what you said, Kevin Johnson. No, not I almost said Aaron McKee. Jesus Christ, not Aaron McKee. Allen Iverson, Gilbert Arenas, Jason Kidd. I wouldn't count Jason Terry. He was a six man, but I mean he was an elite scoring guard. Not gonna take away that from him. Somebody you could even technically put Rondo in that conversation as well, even though his prime was mostly in the late to early 2010s. So there were a lot of guard play with a lot of skill back then. Monte Ellis was an elite scorer as well from the wing two position. Also could play the point guard. They had skill, bro. They had skill. But for some reason, that era is just always overlooked. And I think that's largely because Tim Duncan was a quiet superstar. Kobe Bryant, quiet superstar. Yes, Kobe Bryant was egregiously famous. I'm not taking that away from him. But he wasn't the guy to go to the media and just make these wild quotes. He just wasn't that guy. So Kobe, gave you, here, look, I'm here to get the job done. Duncan, I'm here to get the job done. Kobe, hey, job's not finished. Duncan, we'll get him that. Like they weren't those type of players that was in the face of the media. But Jordan, media mogul in terms of, in context of the NBA. LeBron James, media mogul. Even before that, who was the 80s? Magic Johnson always had a camera in his face. They said he had one of the greatest smiles ever. So, but for the early 2000s, they just never really had a superstar that was just in front of the media. I'm talking about like one of the all-time Pantheon players in front of the media like that. So let's see. I think he meant multi-skilled players. I mean, I get that, but I think, all right, so here's the problem. I think it's the word skill. That's the problem. So when these players or just casuals are saying that, hey, this person has skill or this era has skill, we never really deciphered what that means. And I think that's where the problem starts because I could think Isaiah Thomas is the most skilled point guard ever. And that's because he played both sides of the floor at an elite level. One could say Kyrie is the most skilled basketball player ever. Some would disagree. So I think that's where we have to start when it comes to the argument of the most skilled ever. Like, what exactly is skill? And KG made a fair argument.
I will say this. The skill level has gotten better with this generation, but I don't think overall it makes you better players.
Shout out to Gemini Jinx. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. Go stream City of Gems out right now.
And the flair of the game is not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't play as much basketball as we did. They work out individually. We played 5-on-5, and our creativity for the game was a lot better in our era. Because, like, who's a showman? Who would you consider, like, a showman of today? Like, Kyrie maybe with the dribbles.
I just brought up Kyrie. That's crazy.
High-flying Ja.
I mean, when you say Kyrie, there was Rod Strickland at
Yeah, exactly. I mean, think about the creativity.
You never seen Vince Carter?
Exactly. Like Vince Carter, we never seen nothing like that. That was something different. I mean, Magic Johnson, White Chocolate. I mean,
First of all, shout out to White Chocolate, Jason Williams. I'm glad that Paul Pierce definitely made sure to show him some love. Because White Chocolate was definitely a skilled guard. I didn't even mention him. I forgot all about White Chocolate. Jason Williams, shout out to him. They had guard play, bro. We're not going to keep disrespecting the 2000s. The 2000s, in my opinion, was the best era of basketball. Let me not say best because that's too general. Is the most toughest and difficult era to win, to score, and to achieve anything ever. That I'll say about the 2000s.
We don't see people pass the way J. Kidd did. Like, it's like unreal. Like, we don't see that type of creativity no more, you know?
So my question to you is, when you see youngsters go, man, I didn't watch, so I don't. Is it important for youngsters?
Oh, it's gonna go back to what?
Yeah, I mean, showman, yes, right? I think that's a key word, but they had showmen too, like he was saying. Vince Carter, greatest dunker ever. They had Kobe Bryant. They say a mock, an image of Michael Jordan, a mimic of Michael Jordan. They had LeBron. Like, we also got to count LeBron as the early 2000s. We forget he got drafted in 2003, arguably the best player in the league in 2005. They had skill, bro. They had skill.
We got to go back to Ticket's famous saying to me, "You ain't watching the games, Lord. You ain't watching the games, Lord. You ain't going back watching the games, Lord."
If I'm being honest, bro, I don't think anybody in this generation could have played like 20 years ago. If I'm being 100, and this is to everybody in our league.
Let's stop right there. Now, you know, once KG get the name dropping, hey, this is for you. This is for you. I don't care what you think, what you got to say. I'm going to speak my piece because I'm a Hall of Famer. I'm top 75 all time. I'm an NBA champion. I got at least 10 All-Star appearances. I'm one of the greatest players to ever do it. I'm in the top 5 discussion of power forwards ever. You know he's about to give a real opinion. The man, you in the building, what's up?
Bro. 20 years ago, bro, you couldn't get to a triple step back.
No.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, the glasses done came off. Yeah,
Then if you shot that
Let's
shit,
talk
it
that
had
talk,
to go
KG.
in.
What we doing?
You know why? Because we had efficiency back in the day, my dude, and it was so fucking hard. It was too physical.
Now, let's stop right there. He said that they had an efficiency. Yes and no. I think they didn't care about efficiency back then, maybe as much as they do now, because back then you could be, if you had the green light, you could shoot 25 shots a game. They didn't care about how many you missed if you had 30. Now, the way that you get your 30, your 25, they're analyzing it to see, like, hey, you could be taking more shots from the left wing at the 3 as opposed to trying to drive by a 2-dribble pull-up at the elbow. They'll say, hey, we don't need you doing all of that. Matter of fact, Melo gave a great take about this where he was talking about he went to Houston and he had to play with CP3, who was a mid-range demon. Takes a lot of mid-range shots. Melo also, mid-range demon. That's how large in part he became Carmelo Anthony because of his elite mid-range game. He's thinking, oh, CP plays there, I go there, CP gets me, he knows where I want the ball, it's going to work out. Carmelo goes to Houston, and they're like, hey, we only take about X amount of mid-range shots a game. And CP mostly takes those shots that we want. You could probably get 1 or 2 mid-range shots. The rest are going to be just catch and shoot threes. And he's like, well, why would you bring me here if that's the case? I'm a mid-range guy. That's what I do. But the Houston Rockets didn't want that. I feel like they weren't really doing too much of that in the 2000s. But this is somebody who played there, so hey, what do I know?
And guess what? The league had to come off of it for the flow of movement to be able to have scoring go up, which is why we like to sit here and watch kind of the rat race of the high-paced game, right? But, bro, let's not talk about the gamemanship, and let's not talk about the physicality of the game back then. Real shit, because I only think half these kids in the league could have been on an NBA team 20 years ago.
Straight
Talk
up.
about it. Yes. And let's look that up because I've always said the most difficult era to score the basketball was the 2000s. Lowest scoring era of in NBA history. I want to say it had to be the early 2000s, bro. They were having games where the score was 89 to 78. Oh, wow. It looks like I stand corrected. Unsurprisingly, the lowest scoring year was the 5th season, 1946. Was the first season, 46, 47. All right, we're not counting that. I meant like of the modern day era. With an average of 67 points, that's because they didn't have skill. Respectfully. But they were the pioneers, but they were mostly college players that came into, right, we know that story. 1946 is when the NBA began. The 13-season stretch from 95 to 96 through 2007-08 is the longest stretch in NBA history in which the league averaged under 100 points. However, scoring has been up in recent years. I literally just said that. The 2000s was the hardest era of basketball ever. And I think 96 was the end of Jordan's repeat. Michael Jordan repeat. I'm sorry, three-peat. Three-peat years. I think they won. Okay. Yeah, so his last one was 98. So towards the end of Michael's prime was when the game really changed and started becoming even more difficult than the game that they say Michael just dominated. So even when Michael was in the peak of his prowess, the game was easier for him then than it was in the 2000s when Kobe played, which is why I've always been on the agreement that Kobe was a better player. I've always said I think Kobe was a better player. To average what he averaged in the most difficult era of basketball ever, you can't, I don't see the argument against that. Let me see. That's the word, Showman. Not skilled. KG's bugging? Saying he doesn't think anyone could play in 20 years ago is wild? I don't think that's wild. That's like saying niggas 20 years ago can't play now. Some people would make that argument. Some people would say KG. You know what's funny that you say that? Me and my boy Chris was having a conversation, and he was saying that, damn, what was the, let me find it. I'm going to find this real quick. But it was something about, similar to what you were saying. And it was, damn, where is it? Damn, I can't find it. But it was something about whether or not Dirk would be able to score, or like would Dirk survive in this era, something like that. And I was under the impression, what makes y'all think these players today could guard Dirk? I think he's cooking Embiid. I think he's cooking Jokic. I think he's cooking Victor Wembanyama. Any of these big men that y'all bring, if Dirk was playing in this era with the triple and quadruple step backs, come on. Not Dirk. We not going to do that to Dirk. We not going to do that to Dirk. We not disrespecting Dirk. I'm sorry. Let me see. The only era of basketball that wouldn't survive any era is like the 40s to the 80s. Right, and that's why I really say of the modern era. So anything from the Jordan era to today is what I really compare. Anything before that, it just was a completely different game. Even though I give Magic his respect and all of that, with what they did in the 80s, it just wasn't the same as the 90s. I just think there was a big difference. All right, let's see. Can y'all hear when KG's talking? Because I was trying to get the audio right. I don't know. It may be difficult to hear.
The locker room was too. It was too grown.
You know what I watched too? You know what I watched?
It was too grown. It was two of them. It was too much of a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man.
Just
like
the hand check. How,
no, bro. It was a different vibration. David Stern did a great job of taking all of the physicality out of the game. You understand? Freedom of movement means freedom of movement. Man, back in the day when you had to get by Paul because Paul was squared up with you and ready to slide, and then he could body you, he could poke, he could use his hands, but I can use my hands.
I can fight through a screen.
Bro, the shit that we saw in the Olympics was similar style play when the guard can ride you damn near over the pick.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to get out of that, and a nigga like Holiday, when he come out and he get over, he there. Right. So if you go to cross him, bro, you don't even, that's what I'm saying, bro. Man, the
Team, it's been a grind.
Yeah,
But
I think that's a. Oh, thank you for letting me know. I think that's a legit conversation because the game is much different than it was before.
Of the college football playoff.
And I think back
the
then
levels
you
in which
really
you had
fight.
to be not only strong enough but skilled enough to get by this nigga in front of you. You understand? And then they ain't never seen a 6'7" Rodman guard you. Bro, I see you. And you know, you're in the scout report. We know you go left. We know you can finish right, but you go left to pull up. Bro,
Let's stop right there. That's one thing that I know for sure that these kids, 19, 18, 22 years old, getting paid millions of dollars in the league aren't doing. They're not reading and doing scouting reports. They're not trying to figure out the weaknesses in their opponent. They're just out there trying to score buckets and make Instagram highlights for their friends or TikTok highlights, because that's what this generation likes. And there's no disrespect or no slight to them. But there was an actual studying of the game that came with the 2000s. I remember Shane Battier had a book on how to guard Kobe Bryant. A book. You understand me? And he would sit there and study that for the playoffs. No, on nobody else but Bean. Kobe Bean Bryant. God bless. That's a different type of attitude and approach to the game, and I don't even think our superstars are doing that. I'm not saying that they don't care, but I don't think they're studying the game like that. I think they're relying more on their skill set, and I understand that. They rely more on their skill set to just be better than their opponents. But studying your opponents, playing this game like chess, okay, boom. I know if you go to your left, it's more than likely going to be a 75% chance you do a 2-dribble pull-up. Boom. I know if you go right with the through the screen, you're most likely going to go downhill and try to finish with your right hand. Boom. I know you shoot a better percentage from the right corner than the left corner, so I'm gonna make sure if you off the ball, I'm gonna try to sway you or push you towards, shadow you to make you go to the left corner. Like, these are things that I don't think our players today, especially our younger players, are taking the time to study. That's what I think. Dirk was a shooting big man before shooting big man was a commodity. Yeah, we can't appreciate that. That's head? How's that head?
Everybody knows, bro, niggas watching the games back then. The Isaiah Thomases and the Dumars, man. Dumars shut Jordan down. Bro, they was coming to the lane, bro. You might get your nose broke trying to dunk.
All right, that's the stuff that I don't like about what people try to say about the 90s. Yes, it was physical. Yes, in the playoffs, when it mattered most, and in big televised games, stuff like that was probably happening. But on the average day-to-day, people were not getting their noses broken. People were not getting their arms broken. People were not getting their knees broken. It just wasn't like, they try to make it seem like basketball was a melee. And it was not Super Smash Brothers. It was basketball. They played basketball back then. They just played way more team basketball. So you saw more teams that were Spurs-like than you saw teams that were 2024 Mavs-like, if that makes sense. Having a book on a nigga is crazy. I respect the hustle and grind, but that sounds wild. That's what he felt it took to win. If I got to read this book on how to guard Kobe, I'm going to read the book so that way I have a better chance of shutting him down. Still lost, but I got to respect the grind. Got to respect the hustle.
You understand? Dwayne Wade broke Kobe's nose in the All-Star game.
That is true. Dwayne Wade playing against Kobe Bryant in an All-Star game, got competitive, broke Kobe's nose. Kobe didn't talk to him for a while. But when you saw Dwayne Wade, you made sure to give him that work. Matter of fact, no, I'm lying. Him and Dwayne Wade somehow got on a phone call together, and Dwayne Wade apologized. But Kobe was like, nah, I love that. I love that competitive shit. He loved it. And that's what the game is missing today. They don't have that competitive edge no more.
Man, bro, it's just different. It was very different back then, bro. Real shit. I'm talking about in the locker room. You can't be on your phone in the locker room. You can't. Bro, 20 years ago? Nah, nobody in this era could have played 25 years ago. We said that. And I'm talking about not just the play and all the skill that everybody got, actually was called bad shots and lack of efficiency. It was until they started fucking with all the data and saying take more threes than twos. Before then, we played ball, bro. We didn't give a fuck about all that other shit. And the GM couldn't come down and say, put into a game plan with a coach like Doc or then Tony talking about, we trying to get touches and touch the paint. Bro, I didn't see.
Yeah, it's hard to say more skill.
That's what I'm trying.
And there's kind of a contradiction a little bit. He's saying that they didn't care about efficiency, but then they did at the same time. So I don't know which one that is. But like I was saying, when Melo went to Houston, say, yo, you can only do blah, 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 blah. They told the coach that. Today, they're doing that. Back then, if you was a respectable coach, if you was a Larry Brown, they wasn't doing that. If you was a Doc Rivers, they wasn't doing that. If you was a Don Nelson, they're not doing that. If you was a Phil Jackson, they're not doing that. They're not telling coaches what to do. They're telling coaches, coach the game and win.
Trying to say,
nobody in this.
Matter of fact, I think it was a brief history lesson. I think it was the GM Sam Hinkie. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Sam Hinkie from the Philadelphia 76ers that changed the game when it came to the analytics when he started doing when they started the whole tanking stuff. The Philadelphia Sixers was the ones that started the tanking stuff, and Sam Hinkie did that in large part because of analytics. And he thought that, it just makes sense. Let's just build up a bunch of draft picks, and then we'll just bank on these draft picks becoming stars because we're going to suck every year, and then these stars or these top 10 draft picks that we get will eventually form a great team. And there was some truth to that. But he had Embiid. He had Ben Simmons. He could have had Jason Tatum. They could have had a squad, So there's some, I guess, something cool about that.
This era has a mid-range.
You couldn't get nobody.
Nobody in this era has a post game.
And the ones that do look amazing. Look at Shea. Shea got a mid-range.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's only like a few of them got.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 2 dribble, pull up.
Yeah, they don't.
Try to do it. Okay, young fella, if you hear me, and then y'all exhaust the ball. Y'all are dribbling the air out of the ball.
Right.
Y'all okay, young.
It's only like a few.
Amazing. Look at Shea.
This is the meat and potatoes of the conversation. This is the part that I enjoyed because they start getting into the actual skill that players today lack versus players back in the day.
Nobody in this era has a post game.
And the one.
That is true. Talk about skill. This era, nobody has a post game. In the early 2000s, guards could post. For example, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Chauncey Billups had the ability to post the ball up. And then you had the bigs, Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, the ability to take the ball in the post and get a bucket. This generation doesn't have that.
Ones that do look amazing. Look at Shea. Shea got a mid-range.
Yeah.
Shea was in the MVP conversation. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's only like a few of them got.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 2 dribble, pull up.
Yeah, they don't.
Try to do it. Okay, young fella, if you hear me, and then y'all exhaust the ball. Y'all are dribbling the air out of the ball.
Right.
Stop right there. That is, in fact, true. Look at Luka Doncic. He'll stay up at the top of the paint. Dribble, 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 dribble. Next thing you know, 7 seconds is shaved off of the shot clock. Pass. Nobody open. Swing it back to Luka. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Next thing you know, it's 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Take the screen, pull up, jump shot. That's what this generation does to an extent. Not saying that's every play, of course. That would be disrespecting the entire generation. And not saying Luka's the only one that does it. That's just the first example that popped in my mind. Is the amount of ball dominance that it takes to score is crazy. Like, look at Klay Thompson. What he had, a few dribbles and scored like 20 points in a quarter. That's team basketball. That's where I'm going to give the ball up and trust that my teammate is going to give me the ball in the right spot for me to make the right play or even take an open shot.
Right.
Y'all dribble the ball 100 times more than another nigga.
Right.
Catch it off the bounce. 1 dribble, 2 dribble, pull up. Let me see you do that off the bounce.
Right.
Let me see your skill work off that. I ain't even known it like this, but you can't come from niggas and not expect a rebuttal on shit. Bro.
Okay, that's true. Anthony Edwards, you can't say nothing about these. I'm not going to call them old heads. You're not going to say nothing about this generation of basketball players that are now here and that's still here and allowed to talk and defend themselves. That's one thing that podcasting has done and this new media wave has done is given the retired players a platform to defend themselves. Think about it. When people were talking about when people talk about Wilt Chamberlain, there aren't many players from that era that will defend Wilt Chamberlain being the GOAT, that will defend Bill Russell being the GOAT. Jerry West was one of the last ones of that era to be like, yo, You're not gonna say JJ Redick. JJ Redick, you're not gonna say that we were a bunch of plumbers and firefighters because you couldn't play in my era. And you didn't win. He's qualified to say that, whether you agree or disagree. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Bro, real shit, it was totally different. And you had to have that work, and you had to really work on your shit. And it wasn't no, you was out 2-3 games, man. Your teammates, hey, bro, what you doing tonight? You going? Nah, I can't go, man. My toenail off, man. I can't. Nah, bro, you can't even come in here and lead no niggas like that. You hear me?
Nah.
So you had to strap it up, and you had to get out here. You had to dive on the floor. You had to get in the rumble. Yeah.
Right.
Real shit.
Yeah. They didn't take nights off unless they absolutely had to. That is true. Load management, Greg Popovich, that's one of the biggest blemishes on your resume, in my opinion. Just saying.
You had, man, it was men leading men. Yeah, ain't none of these niggas been in no lockout. And Anthony Edwards don't know what's going on with the league policy. This, bro, you understand what I'm talking about? The leader, bro. Man, I can't even have this conversation.
You can't even say it if you ain't watched.
It ain't the same. It ain't the same.
Like,
then
don't
you say I didn't watch.
And don't say you didn't
Oh
watch.
man, Jordan, the only one has skill. Yeah, I know you didn't watch the game.
I know you
But
didn't
him saying
watch.
that.
Yeah,
so,
you can't say
you
that
know
and
what?
then
Respect
say
to
you
the
don't
young
watch.
fella, man. I don't get on here, and we don't use this platform to douse anything. But I'm not gonna start the cooning. I'm here to elevate the game. I'm here to help the young players elevate themselves. But it's always different eras. And when you hear Michael Jordan and some of the greats talk about the different eras of play, the 80s were different from the 70s, the 70s was different from the 60s, the 60s was different from the 50s. But in all of it, it had gamemanship, it had aggressiveness, and it had stuff that came with it that you didn't really hear about that you hear now. Man, shit.
Yeah.
Half these motherfuckers can't even be in the locker room. Half these niggas coming from no parents and one mom and all, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas got their mom and dad and a lot of these niggas ain't even outside, my nigga. Man, I'm really from the park, man. I'm really from Basswood. I really did play at Springfield Park. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland Park, all the parks. I really was at Argyle. I really was on 16th. I really was hanging out on Ridgeway. Like, I'm saying that to say that, yeah. Like, man, it was different times. So when I hear these things, they don't add up because it was a different time of how you played, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a lot of two-way players back then that was real niggas.
I think that's a good point, too. Two-way players became a thing, in my opinion. This is my opinion and from my understanding of the game of basketball. The idea of two-way players really came about in, like, the 2010s, where it's like, oh, Paul George is a two-way player. And it's like, bro, if you played in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, you had no choice but to be a two-way player. Unless you were just like a small and scrawny guard like Allen Iverson or Steve Nash. But if you wasn't of that stature, you had to play both ends of the floor. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about stars. I'm talking about Gary Payton, the Jason Kidds, the Michael Jordans, the Grant Hills, the McGrady's and the Coles, you know what I'm saying? The TDs, the C. Webbs, the Rasheeds,
He must have been talking about like the 60s or something.
Lord, he feeling himself, and I like that.
Let's just go through those names real quick, because those were some players that had skill.
Jordans, the Grant Hills, the play, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a lot of two-way players back then that was real niggas. I'm talking about stars. I'm talking about Gary Payton, the Jason Kidds, the Michael Jordans, the Grant Hills, the McGrady's and the Coles, you know what I'm saying? The TDs, the C. Webbs, the Rasheeds,
He must have been talking about like the 60s or something.
Lord, he feeling himself, and I like that. I like that he feels good, but when you're a savant and you're talking to the league and you spitting different shit, you gotta know what you're talking about to be in the argument or to be in the discussion of what we're talking about. But to say that they're most skilled, shit, 20 years you couldn't get to a triple step back. All that shit, James Harden and all that shit. And then too, if you was dribbling the air of the ball, bro, nigga told you straight up, hey man,
come on, man.
Swing it, man. What you doing?
What you doing?
Five more dribbles, you out here? Hold on, I got it.
I think that's a good point because I wonder how that would affect some of these players today, right? When they say things like, oh, like this era is more skilled because they can do things that you couldn't do in the past. While there is truth to that, they also changed a lot of the rules that that catered to scoring the basketball even better. I look at a James. Matter of fact, look at the step through now. So I'm gonna try to explain this. If you don't really watch basketball like that, it's not gonna make sense. But there's this huge, it's not even a huge debate. I think it's just like a general, at least street ball thing, or like a AAU thing, where you can, let's say I have the ball, I dribble, right, and my right foot is my pivot. Before, if that pivot moved or came off the ground, that was a travel. Now they have what's called a step through, where I can step with my left, go forward, lift my pivot, take the layup, and put my foot back down. And that's not considered a travel. When you think about it, technically there may be an argument there that it's not a travel because that leg never came back down. But from the way that we grew up, if you move that pivot, that's a travel, buddy. There was no step through. So things like that have added to the arsenal of moves that these kids and these stars have today. But like he was saying, they dribble and pound the ball until there's no air left. You couldn't do that, especially if you a young pup, if you a young blood. Yo, swing that rock. I'm getting paid $15 million to be here. Now all these players is millionaires. You ain't telling a 19-year-old I swing to you. I'm making just as much. I'm a millionaire too. What are we talking about? The league has changed.
Back it up. Don't miss. And then we had plays that you had to remember. And if you can't remember the plays, you couldn't be out here. It wasn't all this switching shit. You had actually strategy to where the strategy had to go to 2-5, 2 and 4, y'all 3 and 4, y'all doing this. You had a list of shit that you had to be responsible for.
Sure that.
Not something, I didn't forget. And you know what? Fuck it. Just throw him out there because he's good.
Yeah, see, that part I didn't know. I thought they still had plays that you had to run in the NBA. I mean, when you watch the game, you could tell it's more read and react now. Like, hey, okay, we got a 2-4 mismatch. Let's get the 2. So let's get the 2-4 pick and roll. Get the 2-4 pick and roll, get the big man to come out, space the floor, try to get a bucket. I mean, while that's simple basketball, it seems like that's what the NBA has become. A switch and finding a matchup kind of league, as opposed to if you had the Spurs. Spurs were a team that was backdoor screens, on-ball screens, pick and pop, backdoor cuts, moving without the ball, V cuts, all that. It was just too complex. So imagine what that playbook was like. But for these kids or for this generation to not have the responsibility of remembering plays, I think that's crazy. If I'm paying you $30 million a year, you're going to have to remember. Well, let me not say that, because if the game don't require you to have plays, and I guess it just doesn't require you, but I just think that's wild that you could just be a professional athlete in the NBA and not have to remember plays. I didn't even know that.
Nah, bro, it's a whole nother level of shit. So, know what you're speaking about. But yeah, I'll root for you, young fella. Just know what you're talking about, young fella. Because that you said don't make no sense.
I really, really liked that. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I really, really liked that response by Garnett on Anthony Edwards, primarily because it wasn't disrespectful. He just gave his opinion. He said what he felt what he said, and didn't call him out his name, didn't disrespect his generation. I think that was a real grown man response. Hey, young pup, I did this at a level higher than you. I think you have the potential to get to where I was, but let me just school you before you just come outside and just talk about something you don't know. Matter of fact, don't even come outside and talk about something that I experienced that I'm here to defend, because you don't have that right to disrespect my generation unless you have a legit informed decision, and that opinion could be respected. We could just have an agreement to disagree. That's cool. But what you can't do is say, hey, your generation was this, your generation was that, and you have no evidence, no proof, nothing to back up that answer but just feelings. Shout outs to KG for that response. All right, what else has been going on in the world? Let's see. Mandy B. No, I don't really care about that. Let's see. Knicks reunion. Oh, no, I don't care about that. Oh, Magic Johnson said something about it too? Let's see.
Dad bods deserve better tees.
I found this brand called True Classic. It's your one-stop shop for men's fitted shirts.
I like the way that it's cut. I like the way that it fits my arms.
Welcome back to the Stephen A. Smith Show right here over the digital airwaves of YouTube and, of course, iHeartRadio. Now, let's get to the NBA and some talk between NBA greats, past and present. Most notably, the one and only Ant-Man himself, Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Hall of Famer Earvin Magic Johnson. Edwards was recently asked by the Wall Street Journal how his generation of basketball players compared to the ones that came before him. Look at this quote right here. Edwards replied by saying, quote, "I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it," Edwards said. "They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skill. You know what I mean? So that's why when they saw Kobe Bryant, they were like, oh my God. But now everybody has skill," end quote. As for Magic Johnson, I recently sat down with him and asked him about Anthony Edwards' comments last week in Las Vegas. Here's what the Magic Man himself had to say. Take a listen.
Just said the other day that there really wasn't any skilled players in the NBA back in the day outside of Michael Jordan. That's what he said. Your response to that, Earvin Magic Johnson?
Well, you know, I don't never respond to a guy that's never won a championship.
Let's stop right there. If you ain't got a championship, don't even talk. Who you talking to? Don't even talk to me. 5-time champion. Face of the league. Had his own sneaker. Greatest passer of all time. Arguably top 5 greatest to ever play the game. Like I said, champion 5 times over. Check the resume. Check the numbers. Championship playing center. Rookie year. Well, if it wasn't rookie year, it was early in his career. But I think it was his rookie year. Like, what? What are we talking about?
There's not nothing to really say. He didn't win a college championship. I don't know if he even won a high school championship. So
let's count the rings. College, stamped and certified. High school, stamped and certified.
Damn. I mean, that's Earvin Magic Johnson that said that. Before I give you my opinion, however, he wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only champion, the only national champion in college, the only NBA champion in the NBA, the only Hall of Famer. He wasn't the only one from back in the day that had a response to Ant-Man himself, Anthony Edwards, and what he had to say. Look at this from the great Isaiah Thomas himself. First of 2 tweets. Number 1, propaganda works, so be careful what you choose to believe.
I think that's a powerful quote, a powerful tweet made by Isaiah Thomas, 2-time champion, NBA Hall of Famer, top 75 all time to ever play the game. Propaganda works, so be careful what you choose to believe. In the age of social media, 2024, soon to enter 2025, everybody has, let me not say everybody, a large population of the earth have access to a cell phone and internet. And with that, they can go on the internet and say anything that they want, whether it be true or false. And maybe they need to change that. Maybe if you go on there and they see that you're purposely lying to spread misinformation, maybe your account should be suspended. Maybe. But then there'll be the argument, oh, free speech, which is important. Don't get me wrong, I'm all in favor of free speech, but I'm also against the purposeful spreading of misinformation. I don't think that's fair to anybody to be fed information that they purposely put out there to be incorrect and mislead you. That's wrong. Not saying that's what Anthony Edwards did, but I just feel like I just agree with that thought process.
That was the first one. Here's the second one. They look faster today. He's talking about today's.
They look faster today because of the rule change, which prohibits holding and hand checking to impede progress. In football, for example, wide receivers can play in the middle of the field without fear and rack up more yardage. Today, the rules favor quarterbacks and receivers. I feel like that's true. In football, which is the sport that I love and I played, at one point, you knew you were risking your livelihood if you caught the ball over the middle. Because there was a safety out there that had no care in the world more than putting your lights out. Today's game, you can't hit him. You can't hit him in the head for sure. I don't think you can hit him in the knees. I think you have to hit them within like above the knee and like under the chin is like where. Sorry, under the neck is where you can probably hit them. But yeah, the game has changed and it's similar in the NBA. Before in the NBA, you could hand check, you could check foul. All that's gone, which adds up to players being able to range and move more freely.
These athletes, they look faster today because of the rule change, which prohibits holding and hand checking to impede progress. In football, for example, wide receivers can play in the middle of the field without fear and rack up more yardage. Today, the rules favor quarterbacks and receivers, end quote. Let me just give a little advice to watch. Let me
see. Is there anybody else? All right, then he went on the whole diatribe. I ain't trying to listen to that. All right, let's see. Magic had words for him. We just saw that. Let's watch this. Yo, how many times is Tony Yayo?
You know, 50 had a history that if you did a song with someone he had beef with, and then he has beef with you. And this happened when Ja Rule did the New York record. Fat Joe and Jadakiss jumped on the record, and suddenly he's got beef with Fat Joe and Jadakiss.
First of all, that's dope that he's wearing a Dave Chappelle hat. That's fire. His passport chain. I forgot that he had that. That actually went viral when they first bought that. That's crazy. A Pell passport chain is dope. But yeah, if you were alive for that, if you were here for that 50 era, go back and watch those videos where they're talking about each other. Go back, go ask people who were there, like me, for the G Unit Murder Inc. beef. That was real. They really didn't like each other. The execs did not even have to get involved and make those two men go at it. They did not like each other.
Yes.
And Fifth did believe that if you are on the same track as somebody that I have beef with, you are now a part of the problem.
You know, and now this is all worked out.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
I don't even like to down New York. Fuck, it's always gonna be fuck Ja Rule though. But I don't like to down New York rappers because we was just in a car, me and my homie Leak, and we was listening to niggas done started something. And we I'm like, damn, this is Sheik, one of Sheik's best verses. And then Mace come in. What Mace said? Mace came in, beat you down with aluminum. Then I'm putting two of them, and then here comes Jadakiss. Check out the kid that get coke like Sosa. No, what Styles P before Jadakiss? Kiss. It was Kiss, then Styles, and then Kiss came in with the verse. Then Styles he killed it. Get high ski, you can see Gretzky, Puffin Nestle, and then DMX came. And he was like, nah, DMX. And rest in peace to DMX. You know what I mean? I said some fucked up shit one time. Apologize always, because he's a legend. I shouldn't even have said it. Now, DMX, he come with the verse, and then I'm like, damn. See, that's what I like about New York City, because, like, when we was out there, these are the conversations I like to talk about. Hip-hop, real culture shit. So when we at the table, and I'm talking with a couple of celebrities, I'm not gonna say no names, and I'm like, we talking about what's the best, I think the Champ, he was saying, we was like, what's the best song that ever came out by like an athlete? Like, you know, a football player, basketball player. And I said,
best song to come out that was made by an athlete. Part of me wants to say the Roy Jones record. I mean, Damian Lillard got some fire freestyles. But best athlete record? I don't know. Can't think of none. But Dame is probably the best athlete, well, basketball rapper of all time.
It gotta be Shaquille O'Neal. You
Yeah,
can't
I was gonna
stop the
say that.
rain with Biggie Smalls. So look, so they go.
I like playing on the West Side by Shaq. That's a different Shaq song.
You gotta
but it's
let me
also
talk,
Shaq.
brother. We had a conversation. It's me, Bud, the Champ, of course.
Yeah.
A couple of other artists there. I don't want to get into too many names, and I don't want to name drop because that's not my thing. So, and we talking about the best athlete to have one of the best rap records.
Yeah.
So I say, oh, hands down, it got to be Shaquille O'Neal. You can't stop the rain, because I know anything about music, movies, whatever, hip hop, whatever the fuck you want to talk about, right? So I say it got to be You Can't Stop the Rain, because Shaquille O'Neal went in on that. That's number one. That's one of his best verses. And he had Biggie Smalls with Biggie went in on that shit.
Yeah.
Biggie fucked that shit up. I remember listening to that in the whip back in the days. Know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
hold on, let's pause right there. You can't stop the rain. Shaq. I wonder if it's the You Can't Stop the Rain sample too. When it rains, it pours. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the rain. When it rains, it pours. Come on, y'all.
Zero accounting software helped put me on the right path. It's easy to find your numbers all in one place and get a clearer financial picture. So find the power in your numbers and open the right doors with Zero.
Can't stop it, block it, when I drop it. Anytime I go rhyme for rhyme on a topic. They ain't even fit to step in Shaq's arena. I look inside your mind and I see your shook demeanor. In your eyes, why are you surprised? No matter how you try, not fly as Eloquaz. The new edition, is this the end of your last night?
Okay, I kind of want to skip the Biggs part just to get a clip of that.
Who wanna test it? Foreign or domestic? No matter where you're from, I'm not the one you wanna mess with. Original with the style, living lavish. Private jets to let my shorty shop in Paris.
Max killers be serial, Copperfield material. My dreams is vivid, work hard to live it. Any place I visit, I got land there. How can players stand there and say I sound like them? Hello, push mix back and push 6 coops that's yellow. Plus clips to expand from hand to elbow. Spray up your days in any teller you in. Crack bragging, sick of bragging, how my mate be dragging. Designee street sweepers inside the beamer wagon. I rely on Bed-Stuy to shut it down if I die. Put that on my diamond bezel, you're messing with the devil.
Okay.
like hands down, it gotta be that. And then I think Bud said Roy Jones must be the money. Was that Roy Jones?
No, that's Deion Sanders.
That's Deion Sanders. That was a good one. But he said Roy Jones something, I think.
I did.
Roy Jones tried to get into rap, but I don't think he had like a label.
But he
or
said
something.
Roy Jones, and I'm like,
nah.
And then some other rappers, I'm not gonna say no names, we started talking, and I'm like, yeah, all the greats come from New York. Because no matter where I'm going, New York gotta love me. I'm New York City, all the fucking way. So I'm like, yeah, it's hands down the best record, Vlad, because of Biggie. And niggas was like, not Bud. The other niggas was like, why you say that? And I said, nigga, because Biggie Smalls was on it. That's the greatest rapper of all time. Who better than him, nigga? Who y'all got? Know what I'm saying? Whatever state they from, I'm like, who y'all got? We got Biggie, nigga. Know what I'm saying?
Who you got?
So they go, well, Biggie said, and this is the only thing, and this is what Slim Thug said too. Slim Thug, shout out to Houston. Slim Thug said this too. Biggie said, suck on your daddy dick.
Yep, that's true.
And I'm like, but you can't wipe out all how Biggie's lyrics because of that one line. And that one line came from a movie. It might sound, look.
It was Richard Pryor, right?
Look, it was Richard Pryor, of course. So it might sound suspect to niggas that didn't watch the movie.
Yeah, it was a reference.
It was a reference line, but to niggas, it's a no Diddy or a pause.
Rightfully so. I mean, no one don't care where that comes from. It's not right. I would just leave it at that. It's not something that's going to be looked at as anything other than what a typical New Yorker would say to that. All right, let's see what else is on YouTube. Joe Budden goes at Young Miami. No, I'm good with that. Jason Lee. Pat Williams is a prophet. Good on that. Let's see. Oh, there I go. That's dope. I can see myself on TV. Radio and Bill Belichick.
Let me deviate off of you for a second and ask you a question about this individual. You brought up Bill Belichick. I looked at him and I said to somebody, on one hand, when he was out on the open market and you saw these networks talking about him or whatever, I'm like, why would somebody want to bring him on? Because he never wanted to talk before. So why would he want to talk now? But then I said to myself, wait a minute. Because he never wanted to talk before, now everybody might be interested in what he has to say when he does talk. What mindset do you have when it comes to Bill Belichick being in television?
Well, the difference is they pay.
First of all, I'd like to give flowers for good journalism. I think the way he phrased that question was brilliant because it got Tom Brady to open up and talk about Bill Belichick. I mean, who he's cool with, of course, but we know that they had their riffs in the past, and some people, you can ask that question the wrong way. So shout out to Stephen A. for doing that the right way.
Paid him to coach. They didn't pay him to talk. Now they're paying him to talk.
Gotcha.
So he's going to do what he's being paid for.
Right.
And he realized that every time he talked to a coach, the only thing he could do is get you into problems.
Right.
Because the last thing we wanted to do as an athlete was go out there and tell all those players on the other team exactly what our plan was. And if anything, we were going into that battle, and we wanted, our game strategy. We didn't want you to know anything. And there's coaches like Andy Reid who are a lot like that. He won't tell you anything. You can talk to him. He's not saying anything. He's talking to you in circles. So I think what I appreciated about Coach Belichick as a player was he really told us and gave us the opportunity to make sure that we could put things back on him to say, hey, this is just not what we do as a team. We're not going to get up here, talk about and try to prove to you guys how smart we are by talking about what our game plan is. At the end of the day, we wanted our focus to be on the game. We were going to let ultimately the result of the game speak for ourselves. Rather than try to win the press conference all the time, try to be liked, ultimately we want to go out there and give ourselves the best chance to win because, listen, this is what I did when I was a player. I would get all the clippings from every local reporter that we were going to play. Right. So if we were playing the Jets, I had all the New York papers sending at our football facility all the quotes from all the Jets players over the course of the whole week.
Because?
Well, because they're going to tell you what they're going to do.
Gotcha.
And I think for me, okay, the more information that they were going to give me, I was going to take that information, at least be able to anticipate, go out there and play with confidence as a player.
Again, this is a different era and a different approach to the game. We just heard KG talk about preparation just for one game. Tom Brady did the exact same thing. Granted, of course, they play once a week, right? But he would take the newspaper clippings of all the local media outlets in the city that he was playing with and look at that to see what your plan is to beat us. I know for a fact teams today are doing that.
Player that, okay, I got a good idea of what their strategy is going to be to try to stop us. And then that's the cat and mouse game of sports. You're going to tell me what I'm going to do? Great. And now we'll figure those things out within the first quarter or so. But at the same time, if we can go in there with better preparation than them, and part of the preparation was learning from the things that they were saying, right. Well, that was the best thing you could do.
And I look at Bill Belichick, and listen, Everybody knows I love trolling the Dallas Cowboy fans. I just do. I just love it. It just does something for me. It's Christmas. They give me Christmas early every year. Okay, this is what they do. But the thing about it is that, genuinely speaking, I honestly felt that was the one place that would have been perfect for Bill Belichick once you departed. Because my attitude is, all Jerry Jones wants to do is talk to the media. All Bill Belichick wants to do is coach and not talk to the media. It would have been a match made in heaven. I thought they passed an opportunity. When you look at Bill Belichick and his greatness as a coach, coaching you all of those years, do you think the Cowboys missed out on him not being a coach for them? Do you think everybody that could have had an opportunity missed out? What's your thought about teams passing up on hiring him?
I think without a doubt he's the greatest coach to ever coach in the history of the NFL. And sitting in a meeting room with him for 20 years, there is no coach that I felt more prepared by than Coach Bill Belichick. And I think that's the only thing you can ask for as a player. Once that coach prepares you and they walk you out on the field, that coin flip, then the coach has very little to say on game day. Then it's up to us. And we have to take the things that we've studied, that we practiced over the course of the week. Now we got to go out there and execute it. But what you expect from a player is that when you tell me to do something, when you tell me to count on something, when we design this play, then ultimately when I go out there on the field, I can count on it, I can bank on that is absolutely supposed to happen. Now sometimes if you're playing another coach that's equally as skilled, they're going to have some counterattacks to your attacks. And you've got to be able to be prepared for those. But I think he prepared us so well, and if I would look at any of these organizations who have any head coaching vacancies, Bill Belichick to me is a no-brainer. Now he's going to come and he's going to be authoritative, and he's going to have his own way of doing things, and you got to be okay with that. But when I'm looking at a coach to prepare a team, he's an incredible coach, and I think Mike McCarthy's an incredible coach too. So coach of the Cowboys, he's had 12-win seasons. I know people talk about him all the time.
Tom Brady, one of the GOATs. Ooh, I streamed this game.
Attacks to the paint. Otherwise, we the team. This skill jet. Wow. I think our JV team is prepared for the action. He's prepared for it. He know he ain't gonna make it. He know he ain't gonna make it.
Hey.
Big man, Owen Harris is subbed out. Then he made a second free throw.
That's the only thing.
Ironically, he's running number 34 and he looks like Giannis. Yeah. He's taking the ball before he's being hacked up. For three. Eric Bush with a rebound. Eric Bush with a rebound. Eric Bush saved the ball. Kareem with the three up. Eric Bush with another rebound. Eric Bush holding that shit up. Foul. Drum ball. No, clear foul. He literally just got dragged. He got dragged. He got wrapped around his arm and got dragged. I don't really like the jump ball call. Funny rush, man. Funny rush. I think they're going to let them play today. I don't know about the phone call. The phone call. He's taking the ball out. Kareem with the ball. Kareem Kanate with the ball. He's swinging to Session Liz. He attacks. He pump fakes. Gets the ball to the right to Washington. Left hand down the middle. It's off. Tipped up, picked up, ripped up. They trapping. Bad pass. Sleemon home with the team back on defense. Hey! It was missed. Oh, back miss. There we go. Fight through the ball. Foul number 1. The score is currently 3-5. Earl has 3. OSL has 5.
That's just not a score.
Cameron Stuckey. He dribbled the ball to the right side. He did. He eventually go up. What he's done, let's see what they do. Number 1 to the screen. Go watch the wire. He goes up for the floater. Bring the ball up fast.
Bounce pass. No way. It froze right there.
What happened? It was a travel on Kareem. Travel. All the way. Turnover. The ball all the way. Another turnover.
It's not turnover. What's our ball? Hakeem bringing up the ball, up tempo, with the pace, hesitation, knowledgeable, kicks it to Kareem. 3 up, 3 down, that is good. Pass the ball all the way. This is the pass.
Yo, what's going on? He just yapping his mouth.
All right, let me find something else. I can't watch the reels on here. Juvenile slams American Airlines. No, I'm good. Nothing interesting happened this week. How NBA 2K25 extended Jaylen Brown's disrespectful summer.
NBA 2K has been slowly rolling out their player ratings for the upcoming season.
Oh,
and earlier
yes,
this week,
that
they
was
announced their
crazy
top 10
what they did to my
overall.
boy JB. Tom out. Jaylen Brown. No. NBA 2K ratings. 2K25. This is crazy. This is crazy. Crazy. All right. Nikola Jokic, number 1 at 97. I can't be mad at that. Luka, number 2. Like, that's where it's like, what? Number 2 at 97? He plays no defense. And his three ball is good, but it's streaky. Giannis, both ends of the floor, 97. I can respect that. Shea, both ends of the floor. Like, how is Shea at 96 and Luka at 97? I think Shea's just as good as Luka. They're bugging. Joel Embiid, 96. I'm not mad at that. LeBron, 95. Still the best American player in NBA 2K in year 22. That says a lot about where our country's going. Steph Curry, same thing. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming, such as buffering. Why? I think they're using the Wi-Fi. All right, then let me just wrap this up. I apologize, y'all. Tatum, Durant, Anthony Davis, 94 is kind of crazy. I think he probably could have been like a 90. Yeah, no, 94 sounds about right. Steph's still the best three-point shooter at a 99. That clip, that's a cheat code. Grayson Allen, 93. KD, 92. Clay, 89. How? Conley, 89. Luka, 88. Bane, 88. Buddy Hield, 88. Norman Powell, Luke Kennard. Top 10 backcourts. How, bro? Shea, 96. Steph, 95. Jalen Brunson, 93. That's sturdy. Anthony Edwards, number 5. That's solid. I think he's better than Devin Booker. Jaylen Brown in the 92 is crazy. I get Finals MVP, Eastern Conference MVP, and I'm closer to 80 than I am to 100. That's crazy. He should have at least been a 94, bro. A 94 at least, bro. He's supposed to be in the same ball. What? What happened? Okay, reconnected. We back. Are we? Mic check. Okay, yeah, we back. All right, yeah. So how they have Jaylen Brown with a 92 overall rating with the Finals MVP and Eastern Conference Finals MVP? He should at least be higher. He should be higher than Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, and Devin Booker because of those awards this past year. That's crazy. But then Luka goes up for going to the finals and losing. Like, what the? That's why this game, man, I don't even play that game no more. All right, let's go back. Let's see. let's talk about Steph's extension.
And here are those ice cold fireball shots.
A bet's a bet.
You know what you got to do? Does he look good?
Ignite your rivalry with Fireball.
Stephen Curry has ended speculation over his future by signing a one-year contract extension with the Golden State Warriors until 2027. The deal is worth a reported $62 million and change. It means the four-time NBA champion will be guaranteed $178 million over the next 3 years. Curry passes $500 million plus in career earnings on the court, joining LeBron James and Kevin Durant.
He has made $354 million being the greatest three-point shooter we've ever seen in NBA history. Congrats, young man, congrats.
Because of the over 38 rule, the one-year extension is the maximum that Golden State could offer. Now this is really exciting. Where is my guy? There he, look at how dapper. Stephen A, I mean, now this man knows how to show up to First Take. Look at the suit, the haircut, he's always ready.
I have to take credit. I have to, because he was coming here with just college shirts, no tie, anything, and I had to get on him. And ever since then, he has upgraded. People have said he looked like a pilot. Wendy, that's right.
Well, I actually never believed any of the hype that there was a chance that he was ever going to be anywhere but Golden State, but that did exist out there. There was some of that. So this is him just backing up what he's always said, which is he wants to be a Warrior for life. And let's just be honest, this is a vote of confidence in the direction of the Warriors. He didn't have to sign this now. In fact, he could have waited another year, and next year he would have been allowed to sign for 2 years. So him doing this now is saying, hey, I respect what we're doing as an organization, and we're going to sort of pivot and try to continue to improve here. The Warriors are not going to win a championship this year as they're currently constructed, I don't believe. I don't think many people do. But one thing that the Warriors have been doing since really last winter that, really should be paid attention to is their big game hunting. They, in one of the strangest stories of the last year in all of sports, if you ask me, if you remember, guys, the Warriors tried to trade for LeBron James at February's trade deadline.
That was crazy. And that's what I think the Warriors are going to try to do. I think they're going to make a move. They're going to make a move, and they're going to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm calling it right now. The Golden State Warriors will figure out a way to get Giannis Antetokounmpo while Steph Curry's on that team.
Didn't get anywhere, but that was interesting. Then over the summer, they tried to trade for Paul George. And when then that didn't work out, they couldn't make a deal. They tried to trade for Lauri Markkanen. So they are absolutely big game hunting. Now, big game hunting and big game landing are two different things. But they absolutely have the ability to look at other moves as we go forward here. Let's see how this season plays out. And they went and they added some players. They have some young players on their roster. This is a team to watch going forward transactionally. And Steph Curry signing that contract is his belief that this organization still has good days ahead.
1 year, 2 year, it doesn't matter. Anybody.
That's a fact. I think this is a great extension for them to stay competitive. I think they're going to try to make another run before, Curry hangs up the shoes forever. But I do think they're going to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is my bet. All right, y'all. That was a dope conversation for today. I definitely love and appreciate y'all. I think I might just make Fridays a thing, man. Just come in on Fridays, just chop it up with y'all, and yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. So make sure you come to the book bag drive tomorrow, 560 Balcom Avenue, Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club. We're gonna have backpacks. We're gonna have supplies, food, giveaways, all that stuff. Make sure you come through. It's going to be fun, entertaining, all that stuff. And, yeah. Peace out. Love y'all.